Hey everyone, welcome to the Mental Health Wealth, where we believe you are your most important asset and your mental health is your greatest resource. Today we're going to talk about a subject that touches us all, shame. It's a powerful emotion that can impact our mental health and well-being. So let's unpack what shame is and how it differs from guilt and how we can deal with it effectively. What is shame? Shame is a complex emotion that arises when we feel that we are flawed or inadequate in some way. It's a painful feeling of worthlessness or just not feeling that we're good enough. Shame stems from a lot of different sources. Sometimes they're internalized perspectives and views that we have about ourselves that are negative. Sometimes they're based on experiences, life experiences that we've had, societal experiences, and a whole host of other things. Nonetheless, shame can be intrusive, shame can be pervasive. It's always there, it's always operating underneath, and at certain vulnerable times, it expresses itself to us, convincing us or speaking into us that we are worthless, we're not worth it. We're bad people. How do we deal with shame? Well, before we do, I want to distinguish shame from guilt. Guilt is also a negative feeling or unwelcome feeling of feeling bad about something that we did. So for instance, we might feel bad about how we perform in a test. We didn't get an A. We might feel bad about something we did to hurt someone that affected our relationship negatively. Guilt is very important to us. Because of guilt, we are able to make changes in our behavior. So for instance, guilt leads us to understand that we failed that test because we didn't study. So next time, to do better, we're going to study. We said or did something wrong to someone in a relationship, so guilt leads us to restore the relationship. Hey, I'm sorry that I did that. I'm sorry that I said that. I am very sorry that I hurt you. Whereas guilt is very important to us, shame is the opposite. Shame is toxic. Shame leads us to believe that I didn't do well on this test because I'm a bad person, I'm a bad student, I am incompetent, I am stupid. That relationship I'm in didn't work out because I'm not worthy of being loved. I'll never find someone. Or that job, I'm just not a good employee. I'm just not capable of accomplishing the task. So as you can see, shame is very, very different from guilt. Whereas guilt leads us to restore and do better, change our behavior, shame degrades and deteriorates our mental health. So how do we deal with this? How do we deal with shame? Well, there are 4 different things that you can do to handle shame. Number 1 is acknowledge the feeling of shame. Now I know that almost sounds like the opposite of what I've been talking about. But it's very important to acknowledge to yourself this experience that you're having. I find that people often try to ignore, overlook, or pretend they're not having this feeling, all the while making things worse for themselves. And so this could lead to things like numbing. It could lead to things like projecting, and keep watching this channel and we'll be discussing these different types of things. But it's very important to acknowledge to yourself that you're human, and that you have flaws, and that you're not perfect, but that you're okay. It's okay to be that way, number 1. Number 2, it's gonna be very important to not only acknowledge the shame to yourself, but talk about it to someone. Maybe it's a close friend, relative, or even a therapist. Hey, I'm having these feelings of insecurity. I'm having these feelings of worthlessness. And by talking about it, it releases the stress and tension and dismantles that sense of wanting to cover up and hiding. It's confronting shame when you talk about it with a trusted person. Number 3 is going to be very important, and that is to challenge the negative thought process. Challenge that belief system of you being worthless. of you not being good enough. Where is that coming from? What is the evidence for that? Is it because you failed at something? Well, other people fail at things and don't interpret it that way. So what is so different about you failing? Is it because of the way you were brought up, things you were taught, things you were led to believe? Challenge those belief systems and get to see that they're lies and that you don't have to look at yourself through the same lens. And lastly, it's going to be important to practice self-compassion. Give yourself some grace. Treat yourself with the same kindness that you show other people. I often find it fascinating that we are nicer to other people than to ourselves. We will let people off the hook with their imperfections, with their deficits and deficiencies, but we don't. We expect us to be perfect and not impose that on others. So it's going to be very important to practice self-compassion. So number 1, acknowledge your feelings. Number 2, talk about it with a trusted person or perhaps a therapist. Number 3, challenge the negative belief. Number 4, practice self-compassion. Dealing with shame can be very challenging, but with these strategies, you can learn to confront the shame and learn to have fullness and meaningful purpose in your life. If you found this video to be helpful, please thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. So develop, nurture, and protect your mental health.